Welcome to my walk around the Olympic Lagoon Resort in Paphos. What I say in this video is just my opinion and thoughts, so please don't take it too seriously, but I hope it gives you a guide to what the resort was like. Lovely little water feature there, and just on my right, as you may have just seen, is the underground car park, where if you hire a car you will pick it up from there. So, we had just come into the tennis court and the football court, football field, whatever you call it. I don't do football. There's a tennis court, although I could not imagine anything worse in that heat than doing any sort of activities. But anyway. And if you carry on round there straight ahead, you get to the kiddies corner type thing, the sort of gathering play area bit for the little ones. So now we are going back to the main reception and entrance. So this is the main reception. It is very open, very clean, very tidy, and also very cool. Straight ahead there, it isn't open, but is where the theatre is. We didn't go in there because it was pretty busy. So on straight ahead now is where the reception desk is. It's there, you can see some people just stood at it, and on the left is the what do you call it, guest help area. If you have any problems or queries or want to hire a car, you can go there and they will help you. So now we are going down the stairs. On the right is a nice seating area, nice and cool in there. And up there is the shop. It was closed because this was first thing in the morning. I got up to purposely do this video before it got too busy, so I didn't get stage fright recording or feel like I was getting in the way. Some lovely lilies there in the centre. And as you go down, this is the seating area where if you wish you can sit and have a drink. It is table service, and the bar staff or waiters were just amazing. Anything you wanted they could bring you. We enjoyed lovely chats with a chap called Ian, and he was very friendly and helpful. This here is the Garibaldi restaurant. It is an a la carte restaurant, and I've got to say, well worth the visit. We're a bit of a skeptic, and I didn't want to get romantic with my mum, but it was amazing. Really nice food. So there is the toilets and the lift, and changing room, baby changing room and disabled toilets. On the right there is a snackeria. Now I've got home, I've realised I didn't do a video of the snackeria, but it was open when the other restaurants weren't. This is a bit later on now, because when I went the dining room was closed. So this is on the veranda bit, which is adults only, and a lovely view. I was a bit more conscious here because there was people about. So again, some lovely seats. This bit's adult only again. On the right you have the buffet section and the pasta area where they do your own pastas, or the omelette area. Now here you have some lovely range of hot food. It's breakfast here, so usual what you expect for breakfast. You could even have a salad if you wanted. A bit unusual, but each to their own. Nice mixture of food, and yes, really cannot complain. We found everything we wanted, and always something to eat at every meal time. Nice outdoor seating area, a family seating area. Yeah, that was a pancake station where you could bits and bobs for pancakes. There's your salad station if you want a salad for your breakfast. There was toast and bread, and now we're back on the tour early in the morning, first thing. So just back past the Garibaldi restaurant, which I say is really worth a visit. We went twice because we stopped for 14 nights. This is an outdoor seating area where, again, if you sit down and want a drink, they will come and get you drinks and, yeah, give you plenty and plenty and plenty. Right, so now we're walking down and there's a snackeria on your left there and the Garibaldi restaurant. A little seated area for the snackeria just outside. Tried to see in a bit, but with it being closed and first thing in the morning, not a lot to see. You can get a range of sandwiches, and there was pizza and hot dogs and salads. Trying to think now. I know it was only 2 days ago, but feels like a long time ago now. There is the seating area by the swimming pool. Coming up now is the rock and roll diner, American diner. Worth a visit. Some nice burgers and a nice steak, nice salads and an amazing milkshake. And I had a banana split, which I didn't think I would, but I really enjoyed it. Here again is the outside seating area for the main buffet, with a nice aquatic interest running down the side of it. They call it a lake, but I'd maybe call it a stream. So there's one of the swimming pools and sunbeds at the right. And now we're just going past the outside bar area, which is where you go during the day to get your drinks. The main bar is open a bit, but this one's always open during the day, and you can get your drinks in plastic glasses. But I've got to say, they were nice plastic glasses, not cheap plastic glasses. They felt okay as plastic goes. So now we're carrying on down towards the sea now, but I think at this point I cut across the middle. So we've got the bar on the right, still the pool bar. And now we're heading towards the pools. There was 2 pools, one to the right, which was a bit more crowded, and certainly the family pool. There was water going in and bubbles blowing up, and a nice little seating area. You can sit and have your drink from the pool bar. You can see the slide straight ahead there as I'm coming up to it. There's a lot of sunbeds in this area, and you've got to bear in mind it was very hot, but really suitable for the families and those that like it hot. Here is the slide on the right. And the kiddies pool is on the left there. There is the kiddies pool, with plenty of seating area around, so you can keep an eye on your little ankle biters. Now we're looping round with the other swimming pool on the right. This is the one I tended to choose because it was not quite as busy as the main one, the big one. Nice little areas to just go and relax in. And at the other side of where we are now, there's a nice little seating area to go and sit in. It was a pleasant temperature, very regularly tested and looked after. If you happen to see first thing in the morning, there's a man on a little dinghy going along chucking chlorine in, I assume, which is quite entertaining to watch. So now heading towards the sea, with more seating area around the pool on your right, and coming up to the Asian restaurant. I think it was called the Orchid, but I didn't go in that one. To the left is where the weddings are, and then the other seating area around the pool is the like evening wedding bit, that bit there. So this now is the Orchid, the Thai restaurant, which we didn't go into because there was quite a bit of seafood then, but after closer investigation there was a few things we would have eaten. This is the captain's deck, a local restaurant with local food, a really good experience, well worth going to. Every main course, every meal, every bit was a surprise. You got a lot of everything. It was nice. Traditional local food. Now here is the beach area, which from what I could tell was owned by the resort, but if you wanted to use them you had to pay extra to go onto them. Lovely little sea and beach area. This is where we chose on the right. The garden area is cooler and not quite as busy in this area. We chose a nice sunbed on the second row in, close enough to the boardwalk to be nosy and people watch, but far enough away to not be watched yourself. The boardwalk was lovely, a nice walk towards Paphos, the way I'm going now. I'd say it's maybe 20-minute walk. Bit faster if you could go it, but the heat certainly drained you. And if you went the other way, there's a load of resorts, and you headed towards a little cove further down. We mainly walked towards Paphos. There is the area that if you want to go into you had to pay for, and the water sport area is on the left, where you could go jet skis or them jet ski hoverboard things. There was the parasailing, yeah, speedboat ride I think it was. So now we're garden on the right, and this is the adults only area, the garden for the adults only. It was certainly for myself and my mum much better in the garden area. You had a bit of space to move around, as my mum likes shade and I like sun. It was, yeah, really good. Just down here on the right is where the main ceremony for the weddings are. I think that was only my slight little complaint, was the groups of the weddings. It did take over a bit, and they pulled all chairs together. There's the wedding area just there. Musical chairs myself and my mum joked about. But if we coped with it, it wasn't too bad. There's plenty of space to get away from them. There's the water activity area. Coming up now back to the resort. Really overall it was lovely, clean. The staff were just so friendly. The food was amazing. The drinks was just good. Ate and drank too much, but isn't that what holidays are for? I haven't got on the scales yet. So again, the adults area. God, you can tell I've only just got back. My mind is just fuzzled. So now I think I walk straight down towards the adults only on the left, and the family area, could you call it, on the right. That's the lovely green grass area. The grass was all kept, the gardens were just well kept, the gardeners were always busy. Clean as every morning, everything was washed down and swept down and mopped down. It was just wonderful. Here is the adults only pool and the bar. Sadly it would have meant I'd had to get my own room or share a bed with my mum. Neither was financially or an option to share a bed with my mum. Now we're coming up to the towel area, where you can reserve your sunbeds and get your towels. Now the sunbed reservation was amazing. You didn't have to get up at the crack of dawn and put your towels on your sunbeds. They were yours for the whole trip, and you could change if you wish. Down here is the outside toilets, the pool toilets you could call them, and the changing room. There were showers down there, and just to my right, you might have just seen it, there was a outside shower, but it was blooming cold, but it was refreshing. On the left there is the swim up area, swim up rooms. The only thing you've got to remember is the swim up rooms and the adults area was very close to the children's play area, so it was substantially noisier. On the left is the bar area. There's lots of areas. Just bear with me on this one. I hope you get an idea of what the resort's like. There's a smoking area just on the left there. That was the smoking area, and that out the other side was the non-smoking area. Them chairs were so comfy. When we were there, we started the holiday at the 30th of May. We stopped for 14 nights. Oh, there's the You and Me bar. We didn't go into the bar because they brought your drinks to the table. That's the spa area straight ahead there. Oh, back to the You and Me bar. Yeah. Right, as I was saying, we arrived on the 30th, and it started off on the Saturday with the worst weather we've had. It was just horrendous storms, and it was actually better weather at home. But then the weather got out lovely. There was a nice breeze which just kept the temperatures down a little bit, but it was not too bad. It was very pleasant. So now we're coming up to the indoor swimming pool and gym area, which is on the right here. There is also some changing rooms here, so if again you've got a choice of two on your last day. If you've got to hang around all day, rather than keeping your rooms, you can just get changed. There was hair dryers and a mirror, vanity mirror. Yeah, there was a gym, and I didn't look too much at the gym because there was someone in there. And now we're just coming to the indoor pool. It wasn't heated when we were there, and I didn't dip my toe in, but it looks very pleasant and clean. All in all, I have no complaint whatsoever. Sorry about the flickering, it's the lights. They do mess the camera up. Oh, there's more rooms up here. Yeah, the staff, the food. Honestly, it just feels like a dream now. We had 14 nights in paradise. Now, we did hear the place was shutting for renovation to tidy up a bit and freshen things up and change a few things. I must say there's a few little areas that were a bit tired. We had the junior family suite, which is quite nice because, as you'll see in a bit, there was a dividing wall, so I could have my own space away from my mum. But yet we didn't have to get another room. Again, the room was a bit tired from the use of families and wear and tear. But if it's closing soon to get renovated, then can't really complain. In fact, I can't complain because it was nothing, it wasn't bad. On the left there is the computer area with a bit of your information about a rep and a little library. If you have a rep and you've booked through, there's the times that they'll arrive there. Just before then was the toilets. No, not toilets, that was a lift. The lifts. Now we're coming up the stairs again. Some lovely fresh flowers, and then on the evening there was candles. Nice little water feature. Little big water feature. We're coming up to the seating area again and the main reception now. I'm not editing this, I'm just keeping it real, keeping it as it is. If I get in a confuse, I get in a confuse. It is what it is. I hope you find it useful, this video, this walk around. There's the little wedding area where you can go and organise your wedding. See members of staff about it all. your lifts on the right. There's the shop again. Had a bit of everything in the shop. And the hair salon on your right there. Again, this is early hours, so it was shut. And now we just walk up to our room. We were lucky, we were very close to everything. We didn't have far to walk at all, but it's amazing. Most days just going to the loo, going to the bar, going to the bar, going to the bar, going to the loo. You did quite a few steps. Most days I think I nearly did 10,000 if not more. And now we're at our room 2240, and in we go. So here we are at the room. So you've got a dividing wall there, big bed. Messing about with lights, trying to stop the flicker a bit. TV on your right. All cleaned regularly, clean sheets, clean towels, floor mopped, a nice little door so I could get away from the mother. Little single beds that also made up into bunk beds. Another TV, so there's two TVs. We're going onto the balcony. Nice little seating area with a view across to the sea and the swimming pools. We would often have a coffee on the balcony. Now here you have the fridge. It is restocked daily. There's water, Coke, Sprite, sparkling water and orange juice. There's a coffee machine which was really nice, with a kettle with teas and coffees and milk. We wrote a note asking for a bit more milk and they gave us it. There's a safe and some drawers. And just here there's an ironing board. Here's the bathroom. His and her sinks, a nice little shaving mirror, all clean, tidy. A bath with an overhead shower. The blue light was handy to have on during the night to find your way to the loo. Yeah, and I think that's it. I think that's the end of the tour of the resort. Just an honest walk around. I've kept it raw, I've kept it as it is. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments and I will try to reply and help you if I can. If you go, I hope you have a lovely stay. We certainly did. Thank you.